Om and Namaste and welcome to everyone. Thank you for being here for a very special and very brief talk. And today's topic is one of the hottest topics going around more than ever in the last 30 years, and definitely a lot in the last few years that I've been teaching yoga. We started teaching the weight loss program with yoga in 2007. So we've been doing this for the last 15 years and we have some good experience. So sit down, buckle up, and let's get down to some of the amazing secrets of losing weight with yoga starting now. If you wanted to lose weight, the first 4 points that I'm going to make, or the first 4 secrets that I'm going to share, are definitely as important as what you might imagine my advice on diet and exercise. So here we go. The first is make up your mind. That seems quite simple. You seem to be making up your mind every now and then to lose weight. The thing is that in Sanskrit we say sankalpa. You have to create a very pure intention that you want to lose weight. Make up your mind. And you have to have that clarity that yes, going forward, nothing can come in the way of my losing weight. You have to look at a certain time, a certain kind of distance that you want to cover. You want to have some practical realities ahead of you and then say that, look, I'm making up my mind to lose weight. Very important. And every time you hit a hurdle, you want to go back to that pledge that you made to yourself. In fact, the sankalpa should be made every day and every hour of the day that I am going to lose weight. You have to make up your mind. It's very, very important. If you don't make up your mind, then it's like the New Year's resolution, which lasts a few minutes or maybe a few days. If you want to lose substantial amount of weight, then you definitely have to make up your mind. And if you want to keep it off, then you have to make up your mind. That's the first thing. The second thing, it's a secret, is that you have to create a set of habits. And these habits will then make you lose weight. You don't have to put an effort every day to create something new to help you to lose weight. One reason what I have found is the easiest way to lose weight is not just focus on diet or exercise, but to create a certain routine for yourself that will help you to lose weight. So that process is very important. Create a set of habits. I joke with my students that we are habits. We can rename ourselves. We can change our name to habit or habit. And weight loss is part of the habit, a pattern that we've been gaining weight because of our certain habits, and all we need to do is replace those weight gaining habits with losing weight. Less difficult. I don't want to call it easy, but it's going to be less difficult than trying to reinvent things every other day. So that's the second secret. The third one, you want to create an environment that will support you. You want to have your family, your friends, and the people whom you interact with to help you to lose weight. It's very difficult to lose weight on your own. In fact, it's difficult to become a champion in any field, in anything that you do without the support of people around you. This is more so with weight loss because you may not have the control of the kitchen, for example, or you may not have liberty to just simply go out and exercise or put out a yoga mat whenever you feel like. So you need to have the support and encouragement of the people around you. For example, if you're not cooking and somebody else is cooking for you, then you want to take their help in seeking out the kind of food that you're going to have, a change of diet. They need to support you in that in the kitchen, and they need to be cooperative about it. So by and by, you need to enroll them in your sankalpa, in your project of losing weight. The fourth thing is you need to have a buddy. and you need to keep a journal. Both these things are very important. Having a buddy, anyone, your cousin, your friend, maybe your sister, brother, somebody in the journey to keep you on track. I know and you know how it is easy to get back into binging and stop exercise and stop being active and go back to the shell that you have been in. It's very easy to lose track. And if you have a buddy, then the buddy will keep you on track and will remind you of what you have to do and will egg you on the difficult days. Some days it's gloomy outside, it's cold, it's miserable, you don't want to exercise. And the buddy can come in the way and say, hey, just do something. Maybe 6 rounds of Surya Namaskar. And that will get you going. Even though you're cribbing a lot inside, but you'll get down to the mat and that will then change everything. And that will get you to continue your weight loss journey for the day. So a buddy. So greetings to everybody. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Arun and I'm the director of the Sivananda Yoga Center in Gurgaon. I'm sharing this morning some secrets on losing weight with yoga. And I've just outlined 4 of my secrets. This is good for weight loss. It's also good for any ambition in life. But definitely it applies to today's subject. Many people, they think that if they change something or 1 or 2 things, then it will help to lose weight. But it is not sustainable. These 4 secrets are as important as any other change that you will make in your weight loss journey. Now, the good news for a lot of people is that my secret number 5 is that it is food and not exercise. So you don't have to exercise a lot to lose weight, and that's good news for a lot of people who might not like intense exercise. They cannot get themselves to be running or jogging or joining the gym or even practicing on the yoga mat for long periods of time. In my view, exercise contributes 10 to 20% of weight loss or maintaining your weight, and food contributes 80 to 90%. Here is an example. 1 muffin is equal to 300 calories, and an hour of walking is 300 calories. Just for a layman's understanding, just in a simple way, if you walk for 25 hours, you will lose 1 kilo of weight. And we have only 24 hours in a day. Who has 25 hours to walk? To lose 1 kilo, you really have to do a lot of physical activity. On the other hand, if you change your diet, then you can lose weight. One great way to start changing your diet, secret number 6, is to drink plenty of hot water. Hot water has 0 calories. Good news. 1 cup of hot water per waking hour, and it leads up to maybe 15-16 glasses of hot water through the day. Just sipping the hot water will help you to reduce hunger pangs. It will reduce the binging. It will reduce the craving. Hot water will help you to stay hydrated. It's very good for detoxification, cleansing the digestive system. And of course, hot water or plenty of water will help your skin to start glowing. Hot water in every way is excellent for health, and it's also excellent to prevent you from eating too much and eating at the wrong times, eating the wrong things, and also help you to improve your digestion. So hot water through the day. Because we are in a yoga program, this talk is about yoga, then yoga advises us to be vegetarian. And staying off non-vegetarian food will quickly help you to improve your overall health and help you to lose weight. The thing about being vegetarian is that you can experiment. If you're not a vegetarian currently, you can experiment. You can try. And usually, I recommend about 3 months. And thereafter, if you feel that you want to get back to any kind of other diet that you've been on, then you're welcome to do that. But in a yoga program, we usually recommend being vegetarian for a certain period of time. So no meat, no fish, no eggs. And the other related advice on diet, the other related secret on diet is avoid dairy for some time. So that means milk and milk products. This advice essentially is to avoid animal protein. The reason for that is that animal protein tends to create more inflammation. It creates a certain kind of biology which is very difficult for us to lose weight. Protein is one of the constituents of growth, and you want not to grow. So animal protein should be avoided, but vegetarian protein is harmless. You can have vegetarian protein. You should avoid calorie-dense foods. So one of the surprising secrets that I usually share with people is that you should avoid anything that has got high calorific value, even if it is nutritious. If you want to lose weight, then you want to have food which is light on calories. Now here is the thing. From a Western scientific point of view, a potato, 100 grams, is 70 calories. The same potatoes, when it's fried and put in a packet and you bring it home and you have potato chips, 100 grams of potato chips is 700 calories, 600 calories. So potato by itself is not the culprit. When potato marries oil, then it becomes like a nuclear bomb. It's very high on calories for the same weight. So you can have 10 times more potatoes in any other form. You can grill it, you can bake it, you can roast it, and it will still not be the kind of calories that you will have if this was put in a packet and brought home. So you need to know that there are certain foods which are high on calories. Dry fruits, for example, is high on calories. 100 grams of dry fruits, any dry fruit, cashew nuts, almonds, raisins, 100 grams, approximately 500 calories. As opposed to an apple, 100 grams, 70 calories. You find that fresh fruits are some 7 times less in calories than dry fruits. So you have to avoid dry fruits, nuts and seeds, and avoid things that come in packets for a certain period of time. You're buying something from the grocery shops, from the mall, make sure that you don't buy foods which are ready to eat. They are very high on calories. Instead, you can make really good snacks at home which are low on calories. Related to this is the secret. You have to keep your calorie count down to 1500 a day at least, or less. Now this is a very low amount of calories if you're eating 3 meals a day, even 2 meals a day. It's about 750 calories per day, per meal. Now to bring the calorie count down to 1500 calories, the one other thing that you have to eliminate from the diet is oil, butter, and ghee, clarified butter. These 3 things have to go from the diet. Now here the protests are starting to build up from my audience. No, this is the time to leave. How can I cook without oil? No, that's not going to happen. Well, the thing is that 100 grams of oil is 800 calories. 100 grams of butter is 800 calories. 100 grams of ghee is 800 calories. Now, it's not the rice and potatoes. It's not the wheat. It's not the vegetables. It's not the cereals. It is the oil. So, if you really wanted to make sure that you want to lose weight, then you have to bring the calories that you're eating down. The only way you can do that is to remove empty calories. Calories that are not giving you any kind of nutrition. They're just additives to the food. Oil by itself has no taste at all. So there is a fundamental secret in losing weight. All food has inherently enough fat in it, so you don't have to worry about it. And of course, if you're thinking of losing weight, you still have enough abundant reserves of fat. So there's no problem in reducing or removing oil completely from your diet. One other secret, and this is something that again will receive a lot of protests, and you want to look at these habits one day at a time. You want to look at these habits slowly over a period of time, not to rush into this, is to have your dinner by sunset. For thousands and thousands of years, in fact, human beings have always, and all animals except nocturnal animals, always eat by sunset. I say in my programs, eat your dinner by 6 o'clock. Your last meal of the day, the lightest meal of the day, should be at 6 p.m. So the protests are now really getting quite loud. No oil in the food, no butter and no ghee, and dinner by 6 p.m. Most of my audience has already left. If you're still around, then here is how it works. The human metabolic cycle is synchronized with the movement of the sun, and the lowest metabolism is after sunset. So anything that you eat is not getting metabolized. It's not adding to your energy. It is just lying there. And that's why we gain weight. Since the invention of the light bulb, we have become more and more nocturnal, and we eat very late into the night. So if you're eating at 9 o'clock at night today, move it to 8:30. If you're eating dinner by 8:30, move it half an hour to 8 o'clock. And so on and so forth. Try to bring your dinner to as close to 6 p.m. as possible. Even if you're working in office by 6, we have the liberty now of working from home. But even if you were at office at 6 o'clock, you can have dinner at 6 in the office. Many people ask me what will happen if I feel hungry. Well, habits are habits. हम आदी हो जाते हैं, एक आदत पड़ जाती है. We become habituated to our habits. Anything that you create as a habit will become part of your daily life. I have a dinner by 6 or 6:30. The day I am going out somewhere, I have a dinner at 8:30 or 9, and that's what I used to do many years ago. It seems very uncomfortable. Now having dinner by 6 or 6:30 is normal for me. I don't feel hungry afterwards because that's how I train myself. Over a period of time, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you will start to notice the same thing yourself. You start pulling your dinner back, and you'll start noticing how your habits have changed, and you cannot have dinner later than 6 or 7 in the evening. That's about the diet. And then the rest of the secrets are, of course, very simple. Go for a walk after dinner. Go for a 30 minutes walk every day. Going for a after dinner walk will help you to relax. It'll get you to sleep better. You know that stress causes us to put on weight for various reasons. And one reason is, of course, emotional eating. But walking after dinner will let go of your stress. You will become unwound in the head, and it will help you to digest your food, your dinner, and you will get to bed feeling light, and you will have deep sleep. The quality of your sleep, not the quantity of your sleep, matters a lot. I keep telling people that it doesn't matter if you sleep 8 hours, but if you haven't had restful sleep, then all kinds of problems will come. And over a period of time, you'll tend to put on weight. You'll take the wrong decisions during the day about your food. So the quality of sleep matters a lot. 30 minutes of walk after dinner. Some time ago, we made a wonderful video, 100 minutes video on weight loss. It's on our channel. And after the talk, you can click the link in the description box below. You can go to the video. It's a 1 hour, 40 minutes practice. There is Surya Namaskar, there are asanas, there is pranayama. There are abdominal exercises. It's wonderful for toning. It's very good cardiovascular and aerobic exercise, and you feel wonderful after doing this practice. You can practice that every day if you're really serious about losing weight, or you can do it at your own pace. You can do thrice a week, twice a week, 4 times a week, depending upon what is convenient for you. It's a 1 hour, 40 minutes video. I have a student in Bangalore. He is practicing the video for 1 hour. He puts it on and he finishes when 1 hour is over and he stops watching it. But he has done that 1 hour of practice. That's all he can afford. And you can do that according to your own convenience. If you really like the video and you want to do the whole practice, please go ahead and do that. And you can do it 7 times a week. You can even do it twice a day, depending upon what is your sankalpa, what's your mental makeup, what is it that you have decided to do for yourself. One other secret, it's good to binge. It's good to give in to your inherent desire for something. Sometimes it's not too good to dam up. So maybe once a week, let yourself go, eat what you like. Don't exercise. Give yourself a break. Maybe do that once in 10 days. A long time ago, maybe 30, 40, 50 years ago, there was not so much food on the table. It was not so easily available, affordable, accessible. And as time has gone by, things have changed. What used to be once a week meat on the table, twice a week meat on the table, is now 7 times a week, 3 times a day. We are feasting like kings and queens. So if we can just reduce that a little bit, maybe once a week or once in 10 days, then you will have the enjoyment that you want without frustrating yourself. Let me summarize the secrets very quickly. You have to create a certain set of habits for you to lose weight. And before that, you need to make up your mind. Have a buddy and have the environment to support you. Very important secrets to help you to lose weight. And then make very slight changes in your diet. The only thing that you need to give up, really speaking, are calorie-dense foods. And in that, it's oil, dry fruits, and certain things which come in packets for a certain period of time. Keep your calories down to 1500 a day and drink plenty of hot water. Your hot water is your second buddy. It's your companion to lose weight. In the form of exercise, just 30 minutes of walking after dinner and a yoga class, maybe the weight loss class that we have recorded for you on YouTube. And take a break. Break your promise once in a while, once a week, once in 10 days, maybe 3 times a month. And that's all you need to do. So I'm going to take a break in the talk, and I'm going to put myself up for questions. You can type in the chat box, and I'll take up the questions on losing weight one by one. Please go ahead. If you're watching and you have some questions, then please do tell me. The 16 weight loss secrets are put down in the description box underneath the live telecast. You can have a look at them.
So we have a question, how to make a habit to sleep early?
So the thing is that if you have dinner by 6, you'll find that you have a lot of time after dinner stretching into the evening. You will automatically get to bed early. And you will wake up early as well. The thing is that to create any habit, it takes a little bit of time, and you have to make up your mind. So if you have to sleep early, then you have to tell yourself that from now onwards, or from a certain period of time onwards, for a certain period of time, maybe for a month or 2 months or 3 months, you are going to make a new habit. It's not going to be easy, you're going to tell yourself, but you're going to make sure that you're going to get to bed early. So if you're going to bed by 11 or 12 o'clock, you follow the same pattern. You make up your mind, tell yourself that the new habit is going to be half an hour earlier than before, or 1 hour earlier than before. You tell yourself that you're going to do this every day and then make up the mind again the next day and the day after that. And every time you fail, you still make up your mind again for the next day. Have a buddy. So in this case, it should be somebody maybe within the house, within the family, that they have to prompt you to get to bed as soon as possible. And they are your well-wisher, not your enemy. Don't be cranky with them. Don't get agitated with them. They'll stop talking to you and they'll stop telling you to get to bed early. Involve them. So that's how you create a new habit of sleeping early.
So we have a question on fats essential.
I'm not sure about the scientific side of things. So I always respond to this by saying that if you have some extra fat, then maybe those fats should be sufficient enough to take care of you for the moment. And then all our food has some amount of fat. This is my understanding of the food we take. We don't need to necessarily add fat on top of whatever is already available in the foods. We can feel safe. And here is the thing. I have not known many people who want to do a weight loss program or who want to lose weight have a medical issue or lose their life because they were not taking fat. So fats should be essential. I'm not sure. I haven't seen people in starvation mode and they want to lose weight. So I hope that answers the question.
How many days a week should we do yoga?
Well, ideally, according to me, because I'm very passionate about it, before I answer that question, I asked my students, how many days a week should you sleep? And then I also asked my students, how many days of the week should you eat food? One of my students, she said, what should I eat to lose weight? So I told her, that's a funny question. If eating has brought you to this situation that you want to lose 5, 10, 15, 20 kilos, shouldn't be asking me, what should I not eat? In the same way, there is no more yoga, there is more talking, there's more walking, there's more social interactions, there's more Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, but there's nothing called more yoga. Since I'm passionate about my subject, good to know that you can practice yoga twice a day and it will always make you more and more powerful, more and more energetic, more and more lean and supple and strong. To answer the question directly, in a practical way, if you can practice yoga on an average 15 times a month, which is every alternate day, that should be great. I think that should be fine. Over a long period of time, if you are consistent with your practice, then many changes will happen. So the direct answer to the question is, let yoga be part of your life. As many days as you can manage it. Have a mental idea that minimum 3 times a week. And what that will do is change your mental, emotional and physical framework.
How to tighten the loose skin once we start losing weight?
So the good news with yoga is that the weight will go, but the skin will not sag. In fact, you will look more and more youthful with every passing day. And this is what you should try out. You practice pranayama, the skin glows. You drink the water, the skin glows. You practice Surya Namaskar and sweat, the skin glows. You remove toxins from the body, the skin glows. The skin actually tightens up rather than becomes loose and wrinkled. You look more and more young as the days pass with the practice of yoga. This is I think the most wonderful gift that yoga can give people who are anxious about looking good as well after you lose weight. So you lose weight in the right places, you tone up, and your face really glows. So you don't have to worry about sagging skin at all.
What are the psychological aspects of thinking of food so much? What kind of reprogramming can one do? Is it some kind of bulimia?
For me, as a yoga teacher and somebody with many decades of experience, my humble request to you is don't reprogram yourself. Just be naturally yourself. It's the easiest thing, it's the most liberating thing to do. Just change your habits. Nothing else needs to be done. To change your habits, all you need to do is replace old habits with new ones. It is unemotional. There is no emotion attached to a certain process that you're getting into. So if you follow my protocol very secretly in a very subtle way, you would have already reprogrammed your psychology. Automatically, you will start doing the things that you're supposed to do without having to reprogram your mind. What that means is that you don't have to attack your mind. That's the most difficult thing that you can really do to help you to reduce weight or reduce binging. If you have hot water, you will not feel like eating food. The hot water will stop the cravings. If you exercise regularly, this particular method that I'm telling you, you will not feel like abusing yourself. So I can understand the question where it's coming from, that it has failed many times and there is a medical terminology for it called bulimia, but never mind. Never mind. Just make up your mind, have a buddy, allow your circumstances to support you, your environment to support you, keep a journal and create a new set of habits day by day. That's all you need to do. You don't have to worry about binging ever.
How to motivate for a yoga class if there's already knee pain, back pain, and there is lethargy due to lack of sleep and all the medical problems?
Well, the only way to do it is to do it. The only way to start is to start. And you begin at level 0. The unfortunate thing is that mostly as human beings, we want to achieve a lot very quickly. Even getting down to the mat or just opening out the mat and laying it on the floor is, in my opinion, a great success. At least you've done that. Even buying a yoga mat and keeping it next to your bed and opening it out first thing in the morning is a great achievement. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is to get down and lie down on the mat and do some shavasana. There is any number of ways of starting yoga. It's just like starting anything new. Of course, there will be some pain. Of course, there will be some stiffness. Of course, there will be some lethargy. And lethargy, I must tell you, inertia, tamas, that's the Sanskrit word, is what we are trying to remove. When we want to say we want to lose weight, we are saying remove tamas. Let there be rajas. Let there be more activity. Let there be sattva. Let me be lean and mean. So that is what we are fighting anyway, the tamas, the inertia. That is why we need to make up our mind. That is why we need to have a buddy. That's why we need to keep a journal. That's why we need to get serious about an activity, just like any other very important activity that we are engaged in, like bringing up children, like building a house, like paying off the loan. It has to be consistent. Connected with the previous question as well, you have to be just consistent. Just follow the habits, the new habits consistently. And if you cannot follow everything, follow something. What I do, for example, with my walk is that I go for my 30 minutes walk anyway. What I do is, if I find that I have a window of 30 minutes, then I don't wait for after dinner. I immediately put on my shoes and go. It's not raining. I don't have a commitment right now. I don't have an engagement. I have 30 minutes. Let me just go. Let me not think about it. So that has become habit for me. I don't get emotional about it. I just don't dilly-dally anymore. The habit carries me. So even if you have pain, even if you have inertia, you can do something. You can do pranayama. You can go for the walk. You can change your diet. You can bring your dinner from 9 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock in the evening. Surely your weight will start shifting. The moment you get in those habits which you can manage, with your current state, you will definitely see a change downwards in the scale.
It's tough to reduce weight due to hypothyroid. Any suggestions?
Yes, so I have a list of 100 excuses, and I don't want to call hypothyroidism an excuse, but I want to do that as well. There are a list of 100 things, 100 reasons why my students cannot lose weight. In my talk, whatever I've said so far will change our understanding of hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. It will also change our attitude towards an autoimmune disorder and pain, and the fact that I have bulimia. The thing is that our habits are creating hypothyroidism. Our habits are creating a certain illness. Our habits are creating who we are. That also includes an endocrine malfunction. If you change your habits, you will lose weight, but you will also have a hormonal system which is under your control. You will have a good hormonal function. If you practice the 100 minutes yoga class every day, your thyroid will start functioning normally. Your weight will go down. If they are connected in the first place, I don't know. But the most important thing to understand is that our habits are giving us the hypothyroidism as well as the weight. I don't know whether the two are connected, but our habits is the root cause. So change the habits, change your thyroid, change your weight.
Giving up tea is the most difficult part, any way out.
Well, you don't have to give up tea. Today we have 100 different forms of tea. Don't put the whitener in it, that's all. You can have green tea, pink tea, yellow tea, so many different kinds of tea. You have kada, you have tulsi, you have every form of tea that you can imagine, from leaf to dust. Have any kind of tea, but avoid animal protein for some time. That's all. It's not important to worry too much about any specific thing. Even if you kept broadly to the 3 guidelines, which is avoid meat and dairy, avoid oil, and avoid packed foods. That's all you need to really focus on. You can eat anything and you can drink anything. Have a window of eating which finishes by 6 o'clock in the evening.
Can we drink A2 milk in limited quantities?
Well, the thing is that if I give you a exit door, you know how that works, then everybody in the country is going to start saying, chalo mujhe bhi bata do, please, mujhe bhi ye karna hai, mujhe bhi wo karna hai. When you create a certain set of habits, it is better not to have an exit door until you have reached your optimum weight that you're happy with. This question is now becoming more evident about A2 milk, which is milk from the cow native to the land. They are not hybrid cows which are giving the milk. This milk is less toxic than the hybrid A1 milk. That is what modern science research is showing, and that is why there is such a profusion now of the milk from the indigenous cows. My view about this is that until you've achieved a proper health, which is an absence of any kind of physical, mental and emotional disturbance, you reduce any consumption of dairy products, including A2. And then you speak to me separately at some stage if you'd like to re-include A2 milk in your diet.
What is the best time for pranayama and meditation when we're doing exercises in the morning?
So dawn and dusk are excellent times for any practice of yoga, including pranayama and meditation. But if you're practicing asanas in the morning, then you can practice your pranayama and meditation immediately after your asanas. If you don't have time, then you shift it to any time later in the evening. My suggestion is that you practice pranayama before you have your last meal of the day, and you practice meditation before bedtime. Have 2 separate timings for these 2 activities. Pranayama will increase your energy. It will make your mind very clear, and this will, while it will relax you a lot, the high level of energy may prevent you from getting to sleep very easily. So the better thing would be to maybe practice pranayama with your asana practice and meditation just before bedtime.
So the last questions, I'll club them. They're both related, non-related to the weight loss. Why are we not doing bhastrika in the pranayama sessions? And the asanas are accompanied by proper breathing. So how to ensure that we're doing it correctly if there is a thumb rule for that? So
in the pranayama series that I am teaching for the last 8 days, tomorrow is the 9th one and the last one on Friday, the 10th one, I am teaching deep breathing, bhastrika, 1 round. All pranayama practices come with a caution. It's a little bit like taking electricity into your own hands. Pranayama is the PhD of yoga, according to me. You have to be a little careful about the way in which you practice pranayama. It is best done under proper supervision if you want to do more pranayama practices. If you are in a hot land, if you are in a place which is currently facing summer, or you are 8 degrees above the equator, like the southern parts of India, then practicing too much of bhastrika will put you off. It will change the way you are. It will create physical problems for you, even mental and emotional problems. So it's best not to practice too much of bhastrika in the hot weather. It's better to do it in colder weather and in the mountains. And there are some other very strict rules with pranayama, including diet and the kind of environment that you live in. You should be stress-free. So those practices should be done only under supervision and under proper guidance. And ideally, you should have trained long enough to indulge in those practices, including bhastrika. What's the last question?
Any thumb rule for the breathing pattern along with the exercises?
Yeah, so the best way is to not struggle by thinking too much about how to breathe. The best thing is to be aware that you are not holding your breath. That's all that is important in a yoga class. Sometimes when we make a lot of effort or when we are concentrating, we tend to hold our breath. The best way would be to just relax and allow the breath in the body. That's what I say, allow the breath, free up the breath. You don't have to breathe in a certain way. You don't have to do any abdominal breathing or chest breathing or something like that. There is no specific method of breathing. The better thing would be to just relax and watch and observe that you're breathing and you're not holding the breath. The more relaxed you are and the more observant you are, the better the breath in the body. The better the intake and the expulsion of breath. You don't have to control your breathing at any time, including in the practice of pranayama and in the practice of shavasana and in the practice of Surya Namaskar. So that's wonderful. We come to the conclusion of what I hope has been a useful and valuable session on losing weight with yoga. Many people imagine that losing weight with yoga is impossible. I want to tell you the good news that people consistently lose weight and they keep it off. I've seen over the last 15 years that I've been teaching the weight loss program that people are very happy with the kind of results that they get. Yoga is universal, and we should not kid ourselves. It's one of the best methods of keeping your weight under control. That's what I've done for the last 30 years that I've been practicing yoga. I've had a stable weight, and if I can do it and my students have done it, then the good news is that you can do it too. Thank you for watching. Please do share your comments and observations in the comment section of the video once this program gets over. Om Tat Sat.